Hey there, planners. Today I'm going to be showing you how I made these quote stickers for my planner and how I'm going to be cutting them out to use them in my planner. It's a super simple process and one that I am learning more about all the time because I really love the freedom to be able to make stickers for my planner. I love buying stickers for my planner, but I love making them even more. And so today I'm going to be walking you through step by step how I do this using some great free tools, and it's pretty easy. So with that, go grab your planners and let's get planning. All right, so I'm actually showing you in Canva the sheet that I made, and I just made quote stickers, and that's what I'm going to be focusing on today. But really, what I'm going to show you today can be applied to anything. Functional boxes, washi strips. You can use any kind of, you can make any kind of stickers that you're interested in making. I'm just going to be focusing on quote stickers today. Let's talk about where to get inspiration for quotes from. I'm going to flip over to Pinterest where I have just searched quotes, and you can see there are endless sources of inspiration here, all kinds of different quotes that you can pull from. Another place to get them, of course, is like movies or song lyrics. I really like Pinterest, and I keep a Pinterest board. I'll have that link down below in the description box, but really just look for inspiration from quotes in books that you read, just any place where you might find inspiration. Once you get that inspiration for the quote, then you want to head over to Canva. Now, I have started a new blank document in Canva, and you can make the dimensions anything you want to. I typically go with 5.5 by 8 inch. That's just a standard template for me. And I've named this document Quote Stickers for February. And that's just so I know in the future, when did I make these quote stickers? And now you want to go get the background images for your quotes. So one of my favorite sites that I talk about all the time is Pixabay. Pixabay is a source for free images that are royalty free, meaning you will not run into any issues with copyright by using them. And that is so important. Don't steal other people's work. If you're using, I've heard people talk about, hey, I'm just using it in my personal journal. I still think it's important to give credit and not steal work. So I love this. And there are literally thousands and thousands of free images here on Pixabay. So I'm going to start by searching for pattern. And that's a great place to start, really, if you want to just get background images. Like here's some burlap. You'll see that I use this in one of my quotes, just all kinds of images. So I'll start with this one. So you click on the background. I love these colors. It's so pretty. Kind of looks a little bit mermaid. Now you have a couple of different options here. You can actually download, and when you click download, you get different options for sizes to download. Or what I like to do when I'm using Canva is I just right click on it and copy the image. And then when I come back to my blank template, I will click on it and hit Control V. That's the code for paste, and it pastes the image directly in here. Now, the other thing it will do is when you go over to look at what you've uploaded, so you can come look at your uploads, you'll see that it has added the image in there. So once you get the image in there, now it's time to make the image the right size, which you can do by pulling on this little bar. You can increase or decrease the image. I'm going to make mine 1.4 inches by 1.5 inches, so almost a square. And really what I would encourage you to do, break out your ruler, measure the space in your planner that you want to use. This is particularly true if you're using a planner that already has measured out columns or boxes and you want to make sure it fits in there perfectly. So break out your ruler and make those measurements. So for me, I'm going to make this 1.4 wide and 1.5 high. So you can see that's a little bit small. I'm going to zoom in so we can really see what we're working with here. And so now here is the image. Now, one thing you'll notice is that it actually cropped the image as I did that. If I didn't want to crop it, let's say I wanted to actually shrink the image down, I can also do that and get it as close as I think I want it. So I get down to 1.5 height, but it's still a little wide. Then I can crop it in, and that keeps the integrity of the design in the background a little bit better. So there's my image. Now I want to insert the text and the quote. So I'll go over here to text and I'll write, I just pick one of these. You can see there are different sizes. I typically for quotes go with text body or subheading. So I'm going to say faith over fear. That's the quote I want to use today. So now I've got my text, but I really don't like this font. So I'm going to pick a font that I like. Now in Canva, you have lots of options when it comes to fonts. All right, so for fonts, I'm going to click on the drop-down box. And what I'm going to see is, first of all, I'll see any that I've recently used. Underneath, I'll see a list of popular fonts. One thing to know about Canva is there are some aspects of Canva that are limited to those who have a Canva Pro membership, which does require a paid fee. I don't use that option, and I'm really thankful that Canva has so much capability without having to pay for the Pro membership. But if you see a little crown like this next to a font, that means that that is only available to those who have Canva Pro, and you won't be able to use them unless you are a Pro member. I really don't think you need Pro in order to access some really great fonts. So as you click on fonts, you'll get a view of what they look like until you find one that you really like. So let me just click through here and see, what font do I want to use? And you can also, you can change the size, you can make things bold or underlined as you're scrolling through. So I think I'm actually going to use one that I've used recently. Believe I'll use this one today. So this is the crushed font, and I really like that. Now, when I move it over, I can resize it and, change the spacing if I want. Let's see, I'm going to make it a little bigger because I really want those words to be one word per line. Now the spacing, there's a lot of room between the lines. If I click on the spacing, I can change the space between the letters as well as the space between the lines, which is what I want to do. So I've got it so it's fitting over really well. I'm going to bring that size down just a bit. And that's how I want it to look. Now, it will tell me also as I'm moving it, you see those purple lines show up. That tells me that it's perfectly centered, which is really handy. But one thing I'm noticing is that the words are somewhat getting lost in the pattern in the background. So what I want to do is actually create a little transparent overlay that will sit on top of the background image, but behind the words, but be transparent enough where I can still see the image behind it. In order to do that, I come over here to the elements, and there are all kinds of things, icons, images, shapes, frames, all kinds of things that I can use. I'm actually going to pick a square and make this into my transparent image in the background. So I know the size of my background. It's 1.4 by 1.5. What I want to do is make that just a little bit smaller. So I'm going to go with 1.1 and 1.3. So that means it's going to be just a little bit smaller and just be behind the words. So that fits perfectly. Now I want to pick a color. So I come over here, and Canva does this awesome option here where it takes the photo that you have and tells you what the colors are from that photo. So I can actually pick a color from the photo. You can see the different options here. And so I can kind of test those out. I think what I actually want to do is go with white. Oops. go with white and then make it transparent. So up here I have the transparency option. I'm going to bring down the transparency so I can begin to see through it, and you can see what's happening. It doesn't block the background image, but it just makes my words stand out a little bit. So this is actually the sticker that I want. I'm really happy with this. If I wanted to move the sticker out of the way or over to the side, you can see all the parts and pieces are separate. And so as I go to grab and move it, it only moves one at a time. One of the handy tricks I've found is if you just click and highlight all of the pieces together, get this option to group them, which is fantastic. Now, if I want to move it, it moves all together at the same time. That's one of my favorite tricks in Canva. The other thing I can do is, let's say I wanted to make just a bunch of these stickers. I can click on it to highlight it. I can hit Control C for copy and Control V for paste, and then I get another one. And now I can just make that same image over and over again. This is really great if you're making functional boxes and you want to make a bunch of red functional boxes for your planner. This way you don't have to go through the process to make each one individually over and over again. I've got a couple examples pulled up that I wanted to share with you of some functional boxes that I made and how I used that option to copy and paste. So here are functional boxes that I made back in the fall of 2020 to use in my planner. They are sized correctly for my planner, so you can see I wanted them to be 1.5 inches wide and 0.4 inches tall. And I've got these grouped, and so you can see they are boxes. There are 2 boxes there actually, a darker box with a lighter box. And then what I would do is just highlight 3 of them and then copy and then paste them in. So then I get 3 more. And I did that over and over again and changed the colors to get the boxes that I wanted. And you can see I've got a ton of boxes here. Here's another example of ones I made for date headers. Date headers are something that I use quite a bit. I know a lot of folks use those in their planners. I wanted to use these for the month of January. I wanted very specific colors to go with some stickers that I was using. And so I used a brush stroke, which is an element. Over in the elements, you can search for brush strokes, and you see a lot of free brush strokes. And so you can see this is actually this free brush stroke here. You can change the color of it, which I did. And then I added in a circle that was white to put the date in, and then just the words for the days of the week. But this is another great option. And again, you have that ability to copy and paste and group things together. So this makes a great option as well. All right, now that we have this sticker made, I'll show you. Here is the completed page of quote stickers that I made. And I also used circles. Now, the way I made the circles, I used in the elements the frame option. So you can see the frame here. And once you get that frame, you actually just drag into the frame any background or pattern that you want. So let's say that I want this to actually be in this frame. I would just drag this over here and put it in the frame. And now I have a circle with the image, the background image that I want in it. And I can put words in it, or I can just leave it just the image, which I thought this background also, all these backgrounds came from Pixabay. The background image was really great for February and Valentine's Day. So now I've got my whole page made. The next step I'm going to take is to download it. So when you go to download, you can download it as a lot of different file types. SVGs are reserved for pro members, but you can see there's a ton of different options here. PNGs are great for stickers because they come out as really high quality images. You can also use JPEGs if they're very small. But I typically stick with PNGs. And then you download it and save it to your computer. Now, if you don't have a sticker cutting machine or a cutting machine, crafting machine, like a Cricut or a Silhouette, then this would be the last step that you would do. You would take them, download them, print them out on sticker paper. Now, I use very simple label paper that I get off Amazon for sticker paper, and I will leave a link to that down in the description box below. It works great for me, for my planner. It's not too thick. My standard inkjet printer works fine on the sticker paper, and it makes great stickers. So I will leave a link to that below. And what you would do is print this out on your sticker paper and use scissors to cut it out. And then there you go. You have stickers. If you have a Cricut, I do want to show you what that looks like. So here's the Cricut Design Space, Cricut Access Design Space, which again, I will have links down in the description box below for you to learn more about this tool. I recently got a Cricut and I am super excited with how I am able to make stickers. I'm having so much fun with the Cricut. But I wanted to show you the next steps of what you would do in the canvas of Cricut Design Space with your sticker sheet so that you can actually print the stickers and then have them cut. So they're actually like a sticker sheet that you would purchase. So to make the stickers in Cricut Design Space, I would go to Upload and I would browse to find my sticker sheet that I have made. So once I get that selected, here's my sticker sheet that I made. I'm going to choose Complex and hit Continue. And then you can see I have the option right now. It's showing up on a white background. Obviously, I don't want the white background because I want Cricut to be able to cut out each of these stickers individually. So I'm just going to click right on the white space and Cricut is going to delete that background. I can get a preview just to make sure everything looks good and there are no issues with how it's going to cut, that there's no cutting going on in the center of the stickers and everything looks good here. So then I hit Continue. And now I have quote stickers and I'll name it February. I get a preview. I can either save it as a cut image or a print and cut. And for stickers, I'm definitely going to use a print and cut. Then I hit Save. Now I get the option to come back to the images. I'm going to select the one I just used and I'm going to insert that into my Cricut Design Space. Now the sizing is going to be a little off. You can see I'm getting a warning signal there because I have a Cricut Explore and I really need to have things 6.75 by 9.25 or less in order to use the print and cut option. And right now it's much bigger. It's over 9 inches wide and over 12 inches tall. So what I like to do, I know that this box is supposed to be 1.5 tall and 1.4 wide. So in order to make sure I get it the right size, I go ahead and add in a shape, a square, and I unlock the dimensions and put the dimensions in that I need my sticker, that sticker to be. So I said 1.4 wide by 1.5 tall. And now I'm going to resize this image until I get the sticker that size. And that helps me make sure that the dimensions are right. So I just keep shrinking it down until I get the image that size. And now I can see that my sticker is the right size, maybe just a little bit, oops, just a little bit big. And now that's perfect. It's perfectly the right size. And so I can get rid of that square. I know this is the right size and now I don't have a warning anymore. And then I will move on to make it and print and cut. This is such a fantastic tool because having a sticker sheet that is pre-cut that then I can peel the stickers off of is so fantastic. And it allows me to have really what appear to be high quality stickers for cheap. And particularly because I'm in a no spend month, making my own sticker sheets is fantastic. I have had so much fun designing different stickers to make and use in my planner. And the money that I'm saving on functional boxes and date headers and washi strips has just really been amazing.
All right, so for the last step, I wanted to show you the actual sticker sheet. I've already tested one, but I wanted to show you the sticker sheet and how it came out and also how I use it. So this sticker sheet has been cut, print and cut by Cricut, and I'm just going to pull off one of these stickers and use it in my planner. So how fantastic is that? I have had so much fun designing. There are so many options. Really just thinking about decorative boxes, even to-do strips, reminders, like for example, this one, water the plants. These are ones that I made in Canva and then printed and cut with the Cricut, washi strips, all kinds of things. There are so many options here, and really just personalizing your planner. If you have the time and you want to save the money, personalizing your planner using these options and a bunch of free tools is fantastic. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you got value out of it. If so, please give me a thumbs up and let me know. Subscribe to Plannin' Annie for more content like this. And as always, thanks for planning with me.